What's up everyone, welcome back to Cartoon, welcome to the new Ford Fiesta ST, and welcome to the 5 things I hate about it. So without further ado, let's just jump into it and start with the seats. They're quite comfortable by the way, and they offer great side support, but they're just too narrow for my fat ass. And they grip your lower torso so well that after long journeys, your feet will start to feel numb. So if you're on the heavier side of the scale and you plan on buying one of these new Fiesta STs, don't go for these seats. And that's a real shame because look at them, they're gorgeous. Point number 2 are the materials used on the inside. And unfortunately, the news is pretty bad because the only good materials you can find in here are on the upper part of the dashboard. The lower part only has hard plastics and such, but that wouldn't have been a bigger deal because most car manufacturers do that. They hide their bad materials on the lower part of the dash. But the problem with the new Ford Fiesta ST are the doors. And unfortunately, there's not one single quality materials on them. Look at this. Just hard and scratchy plastics everywhere. Oh, except for a small part here that has fake leather where your elbow goes. And I know this is a cheap car for what it can do, but still, it's too obvious. So now on to the third part that I hate about this car, and this is probably the most annoying thing about it, and that's the heated windshield. And this is not the first time I drive a car that has a heated windshield, but it's the first one I drive where those heat conductors are that visible. Whenever you look at the bright sky, you see them. Whenever you look at a light source, you see them. A traffic light, for example. Plus you get some really annoying reflections. There's just no way to not ever see them. Day, night, rain, shine, they're there. But fortunately, this is an optional extra, and I suggest you not get it. And that brings me on to point number 4, which is a really minor one, and I think it only bothers me because of the level of OCD I'm at right now. And I'm talking about the sound equalizer in the infotainment system. Let's say you're listening to your favorite radio station, you turn the bass up, you listen to a song, and then you figure, let me load my favorite playlist from my phone. You switch to your phone, listen to those tracks, and then switch back to radio, and your sound equalizer settings are gone. Which is so annoying. I mean, most car manufacturers actually save separate settings for separate sound sources in the infotainment system. And Ford does neither of that. Yeah, a minor inconvenience, but I just wanted to point it out to you guys. And the last point I want to cover today is the steering. And the problem with it is the fact that it's really keen on self-centering itself after you loosen your grip on the steering wheel. And besides being annoying, I also think this is quite dangerous. So you really have to have a firm grip on your steering wheel in order to avoid that.
It feels like the steering wheel is spring-loaded, and as soon as you release it, it literally jumps in its initial position.
And unfortunately, it gets even worse when you're trying to accelerate while turning, because then the steering is even more eager to self-center. I don't know why it's built like that. It's really, really hyperactive, this steering, but yeah. So that's it. These are the 5 things I hate about the Ford Fiesta ST. But don't get me wrong, this is an awesome car. I really loved it. It drives really well, it's fast, and you really don't want to skip driving one of these if you're planning to buy a smaller hot hatch. It will be definitely worth your time. If you enjoyed this video, my friends, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Cartoon for lots more content to come. And until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you around.